Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D. We bring you yet another YouTube video at this time. So this is going to be another zombie discussion for you guys today. As there were another new zombie that came out with the last batch of releases for the Dimension Force pack, which is a so let's go ahead and get into that. So this is Entombing Casket Sarcaphagus. Now this is a level 4 dark zombie, 0 attack and defense. Excuse me, when this card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster. And if you do that, it becomes a zombie monster. Also its attack and defense becomes 0. When your zombie monster is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish the card, take control of that opponent's monster, and if you do, it becomes a zombie monster. Also attack and defense becomes 0. You can only use this effect of Casket Sarcaphagus once per turn. So now this card is, particularly interesting as it has two uses, one while on the field and the other while in the graveyard. So basically you can set this, your opponent attacks into this, destroys it of course, and it'll essentially take control of the opponent's monster that destroyed this card. Also keep in mind this effect does not target, so the opponent has to resolve effects before this card selects the monster that's destroyed by battle to take control of it. Also, while this card is in the graveyard, it can actually serve as a deterrent for your opponent, making them think about what monsters they want to attack with at the risk of losing that monster via this card's effect. So, while it's not that good, it's fair as it always is. It definitely has some implications. It could be some pretty good tech inside of zombie decks. If you wanna alter the game state a bit and make your opponent really think about what they have to do. In regards to having this card in the graveyard. Pretty much the opponent has to be aware of this card being in the graveyard, or risk attacking into it while face down, or whatever the case may be. Or you can go on the offensive and crash this card into a monster. Going to take some damage of course because it has no attack, and take the opponent's monster that way. So the card's interesting. It's good to tinker around with if you want to mess around with it and do some shenanigans on your opponent and stuff. Now that's pretty much my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think on that, of course. Now there's another card that I want to discuss as well, Guard Coast. Now this is a card that I never talked about, but I just happen to be looking through some zombie support, happen to see this. I read this effect off and I figured it has some pretty decent implications with the zombie deck in a whole, but I found some very interesting tech that can actually loop this card. So firstly, let me read off this effect. So if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can target one monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle card effects this turn. During the end phase, if this card is currently banished and was banished this turn, you can add this card to your hand. You only use each effect of Guard Ghost once per turn. So of course the second effect, if it's currently banished, of course there are a variety of different ways of banishing, your zombies and stuff. Do Jang Chi's effect, Jackal Bowling can also, the monster it summoned is banished when it leaves the field. Tatsunekro, now this card has been seeing some pretty good play during my testing, as it also banishes the monsters it used when it's single summon. So of course it can combo with Mazira, Jang-Chi, and Wyvern, and now also it can combo with Guard Ghost to set off their various effects. Alright, so let's kind of delve deeper into this Vanish effect now. Shunryu Styles, I'm sorry, this card is a very old card. I came out in, I believe Raging Tempest, that set. So let's read off his first effect. Banish one face-up zombie type monster you control. You take no damage this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So combo that with Guard Ghost. When it's currently banished, it adds itself back to the hand during the end phase, and you essentially have yourself a consistent once per turn loop to where you won't take any damage in any given turn, as long as, you know, Samsara remains on the field. So the fact that Samsara is a trap, you can activate this, you know, during your opponent's turn to banish the guard ghost to stop damage for the turn. And, you know, of course, you won't take any damage from whatever your opponent happens to be doing to you. And then the guard ghost will come back during the end phase of the opponent's turn. Then you can summon it on your turn, banish it with Samsara if you want to, you know. If you don't want to take any damage during your turn, you can do it then as well. And it essentially loops off of each other for a really interesting setup that prevents you from pretty much dying for you know, any given time the duel happens to drag on for. So this is some interesting tech I just happened to find just as I was recording this video, and I was looking for this card in specific and happened to come across this card and was thinking of how this card could be used in a zombie deck, and was thinking Samsara as well, and I just happened to put two and two together and come up with this tech for the for zombies in general. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of this tech. Definitely sounds like some interesting stuff. Of course, zombie players in my comments. Billy, hit my comments. Let me know what you think about this. Alright, so with that said, I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime. But until then, peace. YouTube.